Good morning, learners. I welcome you once again to this platform. This week, we will look at the topic means of transmitting information. In our previous lessons, we've discussed methods of transmitting information. So we want to move further. So we are looking at means of transmitting information. And by the end of the lesson, students should be able to list the means of transmitting information. Students should be able to explain the means of transmitting information. You will recall that in our previous lessons, we said there are two methods of transmitting information: ancient method and the modern method. Ancient method and the modern method of transmitting information. And if you recall also that transmitting information simply means passing information from one person to another, from one place to another. And when we are talking about ancient method, we said that ancient method are methods that are used by our forefathers in the olden days, while the modern method are the methods that we are using in the age that we are now. So both ancient and the modern method of transmitting information can be classified into two. That is the medium through which those methods pass the information from one person to another. So we have the electronic means and the non-electronic means. So we have the electronic means of transmitting information, and we have the non-electronic means of transmitting information. So electronic means of transmitting information. From the word electronic, we should know that electronic is anything that uses electricity. So when we're talking about the electronic means of transmitting information, we are referring to those methods of the use of electricity in passing information from one person to another. And as we can see in the pictures showing on the screen, we have print, we have telephone, we have radio, we have television, we have fax machine, we have the satellite, we have the internet, and then we have the GSM, Global System for Mobile Communication. So all these methods make use of one form of electricity or the other for them to perform the function of transmitting information from one person to another. So electronic means of transmitting information are those methods that uses electricity to pass information from one person to another or from one place to another. In a nutshell, without any form of electricity, they cannot perform the function of transmitting information. And then we have the non-electronic means of transmitting information. That is, those methods that do not involve the use of electricity in passing out information from one person to another. So we have the oral communication, as we can see in the picture on the screen. We have drum beating, we have fire lightning, we have town crier, whistling, drawing diagrams, and making representation. So all this method doesn't involve the use of electricity. So without any form of electricity, they can still perform the function of passing information from one person to another or from one place to another. In summary, we have been able to establish the fact that both ancient and modern method of transmitting information can be classified as either electronic or non-electronic. Those that involve the use of electronic include the print, telephone, radio, television, fax, satellite, internet, and GSM, while those that do not involve the use of electronic medium includes the oral communication, beating of drums, firefighting, whistling, drawing diagrams, and making representation. So, to test our knowledge on what we've done so far this very week, there are two questions for us here. Number one, there are dash means of transmitting information. There are dash means of transmitting information. If you pick 4, you're wrong. If you pick 2, you are right. If you pick 1, you are wrong. If you pick 8, you are wrong. So we have two means of transmitting information, the electronic means and the non-electronic means. The number 2 question says that those that do not involve the use of electricity, like oral communication, beating of drums, fire, lightning, whistling, drawing diagrams, and making representation, is non-electronic means of transmitting information. So the correct answer there is C. So far so good. This week we've looked at means of transmitting information. I remain your computer studies teacher, Kehinde Oladapo, Japara High School, Ijebu. Till I come your way again, stay safe and stay blessed. God bless you.